Hi, this is Algebra section 2.3. Which of the following is true about the properties of function f of x 0.5x absolute value for x? Select the three correct options. First, we check if f of x is odd. We do that by putting a number and it's negative. فمثلا we put 2. 0.5 times 2 is 1 and absolute value 4 times 2 is 8. So it equals to 8. Now we put the negative if it's the same number but the negative sign, then it's an odd function. And then 2 minus 2 times 0.5 minus 1 and absolute value of minus 8 equals to minus 8. Absolute value, so the minus cancels and it just becomes 8, so minus 8. So now we know the function is odd. Whenever it's odd, it's symmetric about the origin, and it takes this form, minus f of minus x. Here they're asking about the symmetric image. Whenever they tell you it's symmetric about the origin, you just change the sign. So 3 becomes minus 3 and 7 becomes minus 7. Here same thing about the origin, minus 2 becomes 2 and 5 becomes minus 5. Here you can either do this by yourself or your calculator. I'll show you how it's done. Y equals x of 3 minus 3x minus 4 over 2. They want the abscissas or the x values minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So we start with minus 2. Y equals minus 2 cubed minus 3 minus 2 minus 4 over 2. Minus 2 cubed is minus 8 plus 6 minus 4 over 2. You simplify, so minus 6 over 2 equals minus 3. Here you go look at minus 2, minus 3. And then we do minus 1, the function minus 1, so minus 1 cubed minus 3 into minus 1 minus 4 over 2. Minus 1 cubed is minus 1, minus cancels for plus 3 minus 4 over 2. Simplify, minus plus 3, 2 minus 4 minus 2 over 2, and you get minus 1. So at the second point, minus 1, 1, minus 1. Then you do the 0. So 0 cubed minus 3 is 0, minus 4 over 2. 0 cubed is 0, minus 3 into 0 is 0, minus 4 over 2. Simplify, minus 4 over 2, you get minus 2. 0 minus 2. Then you do 2. 2 cubed minus 3 into 2 minus 4. 2 cubed is 8, minus 3 into 2 6, minus 4 over 2. You simplify, 2 minus 4 minus 2 over 2, you get minus 1. Minus 1. And then for the last one, it's 1. Sorry, I skipped the 1. But you have to do 1. They asked for specific values. So 1 cubed is 1, minus 3, minus 4 over 2. You get minus KCO plus minus, so minus 2 minus 4 over 2 minus 6 over 2, you get minus 3. Then for the second part, the y coordinate of the point abscissa 4 and minus 4. So we do the exact same thing. 4, we start with the 4 cubed minus 3 into 4 minus 4 over 2. 4 cubed is 64, minus 12 minus 4 over 2. You simplify. 64 minus 16. So 64 minus 16 is 48 over 2, and you get 24. So for x equals 4, it's 24. And then for the last one, minus 4. So minus 4 cubed minus 3 into minus 4 over 2. Minus 4 cubed is minus 64 plus 12 minus 4 over 2. Simplify. Minus 64 plus 8 is 56 minus 56 over 2. You divide by 2, you get minus 28. Horizontal asymptote, you divide the x values. If there is no x in the numerator, then the horizontal asymptote is 0. Here is 6x minus 3x divided by 3x. X is cancelled, and then 6 divided by 3 is 2. Vertical asymptote is whatever makes the denominator 0. So 3x minus 12 equals 0. 3x equals 12 and x equals 4. Y-intercept, x is 0. So y equals 6 into 0 plus 120 over 3 into 0 minus 12. So you get y equals 120 over minus 12. The 12 is cancelled, 1 and 1, so minus 10. And then crosses the x-axis, so y is 0. So y is 0 equals 6x plus 120 over 3x minus 12. Cross multiply, the denominator becomes 0. 0 equals 6x plus 120. Move 120 to the other side, becomes a negative. And then divide by 6 both sides, you get minus 20 equals 6. Equals x. Again, vertical asymptote, whatever makes the denominator 0. X minus 5 equals 0. Move it to the other side, x equals 5. And then for the horizontal asymptote, divide the x values. No x in the numerator, so it's always 0. When they tell you to select the graph of the equation, first you check for the asymptotes. We got our horizontal asymptote 0 and our vertical is 5. We start here, 5 isn't even shown, so this is immediately wrong. Here 5, it doesn't touch it, or it touches 0, so it might be this one. Here 5 is not shown again, so it's wrong. And here 5 is not touching, or 0. So we found potential matches. Now we just check one point. Here 6, 2. So when the x value is 6, the y is supposed to be 2. So 2 over 6 minus 5. So 2 over 1. And you get 2. So this is the correct answer. 6. Which of the following is true about the graph of the function y equals minus 8 over x? First, we check the options. When x takes on negative value, y takes on negative values. So it means that this is an even function. We check. We put minus 8 over, مثلا we say 2, we get minus 4. And if we put minus 8 over minus 2, you get 4. So it's an odd function, so it's wrong. Y equals minus 8 is the horizontal asymptote. We check if there is an x coefficient in the numerator. There isn't, the horizontal asymptote is 0. G is an odd function, yes. The graph of G is symmetric about y-axis. Y-axis is for even, this is wrong. X equals 0 is the vertical asymptote of the graph. Whatever makes the denominator 0, so x equals 0, yes. And y equals 0. Here they gave us the function 2x minus 5 over 8x minus 16. First they ask for the vertical asymptote. So whatever makes the denominator 0, 8x minus 16 equals 0. And 8x equals 16 and x equals 2. The horizontal asymptote, we get 2 over 8. You divide the numbers of the x, so 1 over 4 or 0.25. And part C, which of the following is true about the properties of function f? So I wrote function f here. The domain of f is the set of all real numbers different from 2. So the domain and range of the function is all real numbers different from the asymptotes. So we took that the vertical asymptote x equals 2 and horizontal asymptote y equals 0.25. So domain of x is all numbers different from 2, and range of x is all the real numbers different from y equals 0.25. Now they're asking for the x-intercept. X-intercept means y is 0. You cross multiply. So 0 equals 2x minus 5. You move 5 to the other side, it becomes positive, equals 2x. You divide by 2, 5 over 2 equals x. And that's your x-intercept. Now for this part, as we said before, we first check the asymptotes. We got x equals 2 and y equals 0.25, and x-intercept is 2 over 5, 0.4. So we're gonna use these to find the right graph. We start with the asymptotes. X equals 2 crosses right through, so this is wrong. So this one crosses right through, so wrong. Here it doesn't touch 2, so correct. This one looks like 0.25, so maybe. And so does this one, doesn't cross 2 or 0.25. Now we look at the x-intercept, 0.4. So it should be about less than the half. So this is the half. So it's going to be just a little bit below it. فهير it looks like 0.4, but here it looks less than 0.4. So it's this one. I know this one is annoying, but you just have by looks. Then question 8. They gave us the function minus 2 plus 4x. So which of the following is the table of values for the function 4x? Here they're asking for 4 to the power of x, not minus 2 plus 4 to the power of x. You can put it in your calculator علشان you put it in your calculator. أو 4 to the power of minus 1, you flip it علشان the power becomes positive 0.25. 4 to the power of 0, anything to the power of 0 is 1. 4 to the power of 1 equals 4. And 4 to the power of 2, 4 times 4, 16. And then they want the graph. Now we know that this graph of minus 2 plus 4 4x 4 to the power of x. So again here they're asking for the graph of minus 2 plus 4 to the power of x. You get a point on the graph, مثلا x equals 1. So minus 2 plus 4 to the power of 1 equals 4, minus 2 plus 4 equals 2. So the point is 1, 2. You check for the point. 1, 2 here, it's not on the graph, so wrong. 1, 2 here, the graph is wrong. 1, 2, again it's wrong. and then 1, 2. This is the only one that has this point on the graph, so this one is correct. And then for the last part, they're asking for the horizontal asymptote. You can get it from the graph or this one, minus 2. This one doesn't have a denominator, so it doesn't have a vertical asymptote. So the domain is the set of all real numbers. And y-intercept you can get it from the graph or do x is 0, so yeah. Better to get it from the graph just in case. But we go up again. Y-intercept crosses the y-axis down here, so 0 minus 1. The range is not a set of all real numbers, it has an asymptote. And the x-intercept we got here, it's almost 0.5. You look at the graph, it's not minus 1. Last question, they gave you this function f of x, and they want you to complete a table of values. So we have minus 1 over 2 x cubed plus x, and then you put the x values that they give you. They already put minus 2 for you, so minus 1 over 2 x3, x to the power of 3, so minus 1 to the power of 3 plus 1. You get minus 1 over 2 minus 1 plus 1, so 0. And 0 multiplied by anything is 0, so wait. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. I put 1, it's supposed to be minus 1. So plus minus 1. So minus 1 over 2 plus minus 1 minus 1, so minus 1 over 2 multiplied by minus 2. Negatives cancel, and then 2 over 2 is 1. So minus 1, 1, and then you put the 0. So the whole bracket is going to be 0, 0. 0 multiplied by anything is 0, so 0, 0. And then 1, 1 cubed plus 1. You got minus 1 over 2, 1 plus 1, 2. You half it and it's negative, so minus 1, 1 minus 1. And then for the last one, 2. 2 cubed is 8 plus 2, so minus 1 over 2. 8 plus 2, 10 over 2 minus, so minus 5. Now we can tell from the table of values here that the function is odd. When you put minus 2 and 2, you get the same number but opposite signs, so it is an odd function. That's one of the things you can tell about the function from here. Next, they want the graph of the function. You have the table, so just check the points. مثلا we're gonna say minus 2, 5, minus 2, 5, 2, 5, minus 1, 1, and 0, 0. First we check minus 2, 5, minus 2 here, and it is 5. We check here minus 2, it's not even on the right side. Minus 2, it's not on the graph, and minus 2 is 2. So no need to do the rest, this one is the only one that has the correct answer in. Then last one, we already said that f of x is odd, so it's symmetric about the origin. Range is all real numbers. This kind of equation doesn't have an asymptote, so all real numbers. And y-intercept, we got it 0, 0.